Afternoon VHR Raiders, YouTubers, fellow gamers. I'm going to go ahead and do a write-up now. Basically, a battle plan for Tectus. This is how we handle them on normal and heroic. We have Tectus with a red flag placed in the middle of the stage, so that way we always have a stack point for the bosses as they come out due to his breakdown mechanism. That's part of the encounter. Tanks are at 3 o'clock or to the right of him in a stack position. We typically put marks on top of both of them, so that way we can always clear out melee in case there's some issue, and melee can be aware of where they're at so that there's no confusion. Range and healers are going to be at maximum distance in a stack formation with box. Initially, when we were first doing it, we were doing box and also star, so it doesn't hurt to have a couple of symbols to be able to call out in order based on if someone dies, for example. Or you can just remark them, for example, if you want to, but that's just added stress into the situation. Having a couple of preset symbols to be able to call out makes the encounter that much easier for your players and for yourself to call out, because you've got a preset action to what you're going to do if something goes down. Melee pretty much gets everything from 7, 8 o'clock or southwest corner here around Tectus all the way up to 12 o'clock or north. And that way they have plenty of area to be able to work. And what we do is when the Crystal Barrage comes along, represented by the red arrow, we take it as tight as we can get it to come into here and then work it all the way on the outside, so that way we don't cut off the back of the tanks, for example, in case a knockback happens by a misplaced melee member. Also to just kind of eliminate, just a smaller section of it instead of a larger section, with like a wiggly line or, a straight down and then across or something like that. Just curve and come out and then do one lap and come back. Or, for example, you could come here, start shooting, and then just shoot right back into the group that way. Both methods work perfectly fine. You just have to watch out that you don't get targeted again when there's multiple Tectuses available at that point. When there's 5 active, a barrage can come out at any given point. To be honest, in the time that it takes you to do one lap and come back, you could get targeted again. Range and healers are the pivot. So at the time that they move to the left because of the larger mountain attack, then at that juncture there is when the tanks and the melee need to pivot with them and always keep Tectus lined up to 6 o'clock on the target here. So that way the barrages are always coming out directly south, which frees up all of the rest of the area for us to be able to work. This structure works really, really well if executed tight. If, for example, you have an issue during the splits where there's 2 of them active or there's 5 active, we found that it's best to just tell melee to go down to range and to the healers, wherever they may be, stack with them, and then if they get barrage, they go to the right and then join back into the fight when they get back to the top. And then the range and the healers do the same thing, but they just do a full circle and come back, do damage into it. Now, during the tectonic upheavals, especially when there's 5 of them active, multiple upheavals can go, especially since we're doing single target on Skull and X at that point, with the 5 targets being present. So using your cooldowns, using your personals, things like that, for example, when you're out and about on this one right here is a real strength for you, so pay attention for that. And then just continue to watch for the pivot. We activate Hero when 5 Tectuses are active at that point, so you have 4 modes and then 1 shard at that point. And then once you've burnt down the 4, then it's just a matter, I call for reset no matter what. I ask everybody to just get out of the area so that way we can make sure that he's where he's supposed to be. Everything is organized. If we have control, then I just tell them to re-engage, and everybody goes right back to it. Once the target splits into 4 modes again, then we clear out again, so that way we can make sure we pick everything up properly. 1 tank always travels to the south and defends in front of the range and whatnot, and then the other tank takes the northern position and just make sure that we gather them all, and then we just collapse together and turn back to 3 o'clock again, or to their right of range and in the heals. And then go right back to cleave action, multi-dotting, things of that nature until they're all dead. The strategy is developed over, at this point, 8 kills plus on normal and also heroic. It's very sound and very simple to learn, especially if you just watch this video here. And then we're going to start posting our videos in conjunction also, so you'll be able to see it in that format too. If you have any questions, hit me up in-game. If you feel like this video was informative, please click like. We love the likes around here. Also, if you can get a subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, please click subscribe. At this point, we're trying to really build up our message and our battle plans and write-ups and things of that nature. So I appreciate the support very much. And again, everybody out there on the internet, appreciate it. Thank you.